So today we're going to be doing a video about women who have been on awkward dates. Now, I want to see if we can find any signs of a man who is cheap, who is kind of a waste of time, and see if the women are doing anything wrong as well. And of course, if you want to watch the full videos, I'll have them linked down below.
What does love mean to you? Like, what is your definition of love?
Look, the video just started and I already had to stop it. Listen, if you go on a date and you know absolutely nothing about the person, nothing, and the first question you ask is, what do you think about love, or what is love to you? It's so weird to me, and I don't understand what kind of answer do you expect out of that. Like, how is that going to help you get to know the person? You get what I mean? Like, if you go on a date, you should start asking things like about their family situation. Do they even have kids? What do they do for a living? What are their hobbies? What do they like? What do they not like? What food they like? What food they don't like? You know, simple questions like that of getting to know each other, but like just straight up just asking them like, so what is love to you? I'm shocked he even answered this question, but it's so awkward that really I'm shocked she even asked that.
When I'm in a relationship, I express my feelings of love for the other person through like affectionate touch and through quality time together, right? But some people don't express love that way at all, so it's different for all of us. Like whoever I end up with, there's somebody who's probably got about the same, right?
Yeah.
So like if I connect with somebody that has a love language that's like gifts, like sure I can buy stuff for the person, but it's because it's not my natural way of showing how I love someone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you get that, right? No. Okay.
It's important for me to mention that I didn't use the full video clip. He did actually go in detail on what he thinks love is and what love is to him. I cut that out because it's not interesting. But he did go on afterwards talking about his love language like you guys saw. Listen, every single man is going to tell you the exact same thing when he talks about love language. I've never in my life met a man who says gifts are my love language and, you know, all that stuff. Like, every single man is going to give you one answer, and it's going to be physical touch. Every girl knows that physical touch is a man's love language because listen, getting laid is their love language. It is what it is, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if a guy starts going off about how, you know, oh, like, I get if a girl's love language is gifts, like, yeah, I can buy her gifts, but it's not really like my love language. It's such a weird answer to me because women and men usually don't have the same love language. If a man cares about you and he wants you, he's gonna figure out what your love language is, and he's gonna do what it is that you want out of him for him to show you that he cares about you. Just like you try and figure out what the man wants so you can show him that you care about him too. I mean, listen, if a guy gives you an answer like that, like, yeah, sure, I can buy her gifts and stuff, but it's not my way. What he's trying to say is he does not want you to request gifts from him. Don't even think about asking for gifts from him. And I absolutely love how they zoomed into his, like, little lips. I think what they're trying to say is that he's talking way too much and not even letting her in.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Do you want to grab your drinks? And I'll grab the, let's see, what do we got? I can grab, you want to do like a split with your drinks and stuff?
I'll just like pay for whatever I got.
Cool, okay, awesome. And I'll just pay for what I got.
That was extremely hard to watch. Look, first off, women should be aware that this can happen to them. It's very unfortunate if it does. But this is why women should bring money with them, so you can avoid these kind of problems. But listen, the fact that you can tell first off that he was gonna go half-half. There was something about his energy, the way he talks, the way they looked at each other, just you can tell it wasn't going well. But it still surprises me that he couldn't at least be a gentleman and just pay for the date when this girl literally showed up with a whole red dress. I can't imagine being a woman and really like putting in effort, like shaving, body lotion, skincare, doing my hair, getting my nails done, toenails done, you know, thinking, because for us women, when we go on dates, usually we think a lot about like how we will look, what we will wear, you know, what perfume we're gonna use, you know, like all of this stuff takes up time, it takes money, and to do all of this just to in the end a guy telling you, hey, we're going half-half, it's kind of sad. Like, it hurts because you're like, okay, you probably aren't interested in me then, but yeah, I just feel sorry for her. Like, it sucks to put all that effort in. I also want to add, that, ladies, if you go on dates, avoid the glasses. Like, if you can, wear contact lenses because they simply make you look better. It shows off your eyes more. It just looks better. And honestly, even if she did, wear contact lenses, this guy still would have made her pay. But yeah, listen, also the fact that when a guy gets the check and he hasn't yet paid and he starts looking at it too long, this is a sign of him wanting to go half with you. If he looks at it too long, he's either broke, cheap, or he wants to go half. You know what I mean? So that's one sign. Another sign is when he does pay the check, let's pretend he paid fully. Then he received the check again that he paid and whatever amount he paid. If he starts looking at it for too long, again, cheap or broke. It's not a good sign, because I promise you, every man that I've been with that does have money does not even bother checking the check. And as soon as the check even comes, they take it right away, they put the card in. They don't sit there for hours looking at it, because men are not stupid. They know if they're getting the check and they need to pay, they're not going to check it for that long because they know it's going to make you feel awkward. This is not on purpose to get you to talk and say, let's go half. Because men deep down, they know, and they say they feel it, that they feel awkward when they're telling a woman to go half. And this feeling is supposed to happen because it is awkward for you to ask her. You got a beautiful woman in front of you that put effort to look good for you, and like you're asking her to go half. You know what I mean? And when they say it makes them feel bad, it's because that's how it should be. When we feel bad, it's probably because we're doing something wrong. I don't think I'll ever actually understand what the big deal is for a man to pay. Like, as a man, really, they don't do much other than taking a shower if you're lucky, putting on pants, combing their hair, and cologne, again, if you're lucky. Really, it is not even equal to the effort that the woman puts in. It makes no sense to me. I can understand, okay, if you're broke or whatever, but why would you show up to this show being broke? Like, if you don't have the money, then what are you doing on the show? Go find some girl on Tinder that's gonna go for a walk with you. There's plenty of them, I'm sure.
I'm just paying for what I got, so...
Okay, that's interesting. Let me see. So maybe it's easy if I just do what the gentleman had, and then I'll minus 48.59.
Where's my wallet?
That old chestnut?
No, I can't, my heart. Listen, I can't. It's almost like he already knew that he didn't bring his wallet. I feel like all like the MGTOW men and the incels are so happy by his actions. They're like, oh yeah, all the women that use this for free lunch, now he's doing it to her. Listen, I feel like he kind of just walked into this date just saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go for free food. And listen, if there's any of you ladies who actually go out on dates for free food, there's something wrong with you. Apparently this is actually a thing. I've heard men complain about this, and I honestly don't believe that women would actually go out for dinner or for lunch with a man they're not interested in just for free food. Like, you have to be homeless. Like, I really want to ask the guys, where did you pick that woman up from? Like, was she outside and there was like some box or something? Like, I just want to know. Because it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'd much rather just order my own food and eat while watching Netflix. I'll have a better time than sitting with some boring guy. But apparently this happens, and I'm assuming that this is kind of his intention too. Look, if a guy says that to you, like, oh, where's my wallet? Oh, left it in the car. If that was actually real and he truly had the intention of paying, he would have said, hey, my wallet's in my car. Sorry about that. Let me quickly go and get it. He didn't even bother. He's like, I feel like this was all planned out. Like, it's just too much. And if I was the girl, I'd be like, you know what? Oh my gosh, I actually forgot my wallet too. I'm gonna go get it quickly. I got us, don't worry. I would go to my car and just completely leave. Let him take care of that. How freaking embarrassing. I can't even. And I love the waitress too. Listen, the waitress, as soon as she told her, like, I'm paying for myself, the waitress even gave the face. And I love people like that. And men complain about those waitresses and the waiters. They're like, oh, like, when I want to pay half, they give me the face. And they should. They're looking at the woman you're with, and they're like, how are you not paying? The girl has a whole freaking red dress on for you. I understand, like, I promise you, if it was a girl sitting with her pajamas and her hair was messy and she just looked like a mess and the guy was like, yeah, we're going half, the waitress would not react. She will understand. But you got a girl that actually she really put effort for you. And I absolutely love waitresses like this because usually those are the ones that are out there. But I remember this one instance where I was having sushi with a guy who always pays for me, always. It just this one time happened that he forgot his wallet. And this exact time, I also forgot my credit card, and I would have had no problem paying for him because it wasn't expensive sushi either, and just in general, like, he always paid for me, so I just didn't care. But again, I didn't bring it. The waitress came, and when he told her, he's like, wait, I don't have my credit card. I ended up, forgetting it at home. She looks at me, and she starts yelling at me, like, oh, why can't you pay? Because you're a woman, you can't pay? Like, she just went off, like, and she was going off about, like, feminism and everything, and I actually did want to pay, and I was gonna ask somebody from home to just send me a picture of the credit card so I can give it to them, but I looked him straight in the face, and we were talking in our own language, and I was like, listen, just because she's yelling at me about feminism, I'm not paying, I'm sorry. Absolutely not. Like, it was just so funny, and I honestly just did not want to pay just to piss her off even more.
Heard that before?
Yeah. I think my wallet might actually be outside, strangely enough.
This is awkward. I'm a derivatives trader. I'm used to paying my own way, that's fine, but the whole, oh my God, I forgot my wallet, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think it might have been like a ploy to try to, like, make me pay for him.
Okay, perfect.
And that's exactly what he's doing, and I'm actually surprised that even after he's telling her, yeah, it's in my car, doesn't even go get up and get it. Like, he just doesn't care, just waiting for her to offer to pay the full thing. Wow, and the waitress is amazing, just the fact that she's making fun of this guy. I remember when I was a waitress, and these situations do happen. They do happen. Like, especially where I'm at, there is 50-50 people. And there's people out there who actually like to do these stuff, like, especially girls who are feminists, and you can usually tell by the way they look that they're feminists. But sometimes I can tell that the girl was not expecting to do 50-50, and she just simply looks too good to even do 50-50. And I loved being a waitress at that time because I would always make fun of the guy. Like, I just did not care. If you're a full-grown man and you can't even afford to take a girl out to dinner, so why not ask her to go for a walk in the park? Because of course, if you're gonna offer me dinner, I'm gonna put in full effort to actually look good for you. And it's gonna waste my time and my money too. So if you can't afford dinner, why not just ask to go for a walk in the park? That way a woman can dress basic, she can, not wear makeup. She can just be, like, she's not gonna waste too much time or energy looking good for you. But most men know that they're gonna get rejected if they ask for a walk in the park, so they go to dinner. So of course, I'm sorry, you're lucky that now I'm not a waitress, but if I still was, I would continue making fun of these men. What do you mean you're gonna make a girl pay when she looks good? If you can't afford it, don't go to dinner. It's that simple. And there's honestly no excuse for a man to not afford dinner. If you're in a position that you can't even afford dinner, you're in a really bad position. You're in a really sad position. I literally remember even since 15, I've had guys taking me out to dinner and paying fully. And they worked in a bunch of different jobs. I had like 3 different jobs, handing out newspapers, cleaning the grocery stores, little jobs like that. And yeah, they didn't make much money, but they still had something. So ladies, don't fall for all these men crying about money and saying they don't have enough. If you're an adult and you don't even have enough money for dinner, I don't know what kind of a woman would even want to get laid by you. I wouldn't want to have your kids. That's scary. You can barely take care of yourself. Ladies, if a man really cares about you and wants to impress you, he will work literally 5 different jobs. If men were willing to do that for me back at the age of 15, and they were literally 15 years old, what kind of an excuse does an adult have? You're 30, 40 years old. How do you not have your life together? Some guys truly had a bad start in life, so I don't want to judge. But you should not be on the show if you do not have the money. It's that simple.
Perfect. Can I just fix that up? I've just got to duck out and grab my wallet. I can clean dishes behind the kitchen if you like.
Yeah, this is a bit embarrassing, isn't it?
I don't know, is it?
Well...
For me or for you?
You do have to settle the check.
Yeah, of course. Would you like to take my cell phone? It's worth about $1,300. I'll take that as collateral.
Yeah, I can take your cell phone, yeah.
Perfect, okay. Here we go.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
I'll take care of that until I see you again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Ladies, I can't. What am I looking at? I don't know how this show works. I don't know if like it's a blind date or like you choose who your date is, but this does happen in everyday life. The fact this guy is literally offering to wash the dishes just shows me like he has no intention in paying. That's crazy to me. That really is crazy to me. On top of that, gives her his phone, tells her how much the phone is worth. Stop. Stop. My gosh, just looking at that girl in the red dress, she looks like she wants to cry. Like, why am I with this guy? I'm surprised she's still sitting there. Really, I'm telling you, I would be so shocked. I would just pay my way and just leave. I would leave so fast. I wouldn't even stay for that final where they're getting them together and talking about the date. No, like, I'm just leaving. I can't look at that. Really, I can't. This is so hard to watch. And like, there's women out there that actually feel sorry for these men. There's women out there defending this man. And I love those women because they get rid of these men. They need... Imagine being married to a guy like that. Imagine having children with a guy like that. The cheapness, it's so scary. I don't understand how women can actually feel attracted to a guy like that. I just don't.
So can you act?
Yeah.
Alright, act like a really arrogant, cocky guy.
Yeah.
You know, I just raided 2 girls last night.
Oh, okay.
Kind of vibe.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah. Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I love tits in my face.
So this one is a complete different date, and look. First red flag right there is the fact that his shirt has a skull on it. A guy who's wearing a skull most likely is not gonna pay. Second, I don't know if I might be wrong, but his hair, like, it just looks greasy, messy, like it wasn't even brushed. And any guy who has like a ponytail or whatever, no, like, I don't know. I'm sorry if you have a fetish for it, but like, I just never liked it. I don't know. There's always something about them that I just, I can't. His look is everything. It's just no. And the way he's acting, when she asked him to act, first off, she seems fun. Like, she's trying to make it an interesting date. She's asking him if he likes to act. Nothing wrong there. But like, just the way he's answering and the way he's going, like, it's just, he was not into it. And just listen, a guy who acts like that is a no. A guy who looks like that is a no. A guy who dresses like that is a no.
I hear you guys ordered shots.
Yep.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
You ready for
Yeah,
this?
we'll take it. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, way better without the lemon.
Is it?
It's amazing. Whew, that is...
Oh. Did you enjoy that? Do you want to finish mine? There you go.
Ladies, I say this all the time and I'm gonna say it again. Do not take shots on the first date. Do not take shots. The way she took that shot simply makes her look like a party girl. It does not look classy. If you have to drink, I would say cocktail or a wine glass max. But simply I would not do it because some women act like they can actually handle it, and really they be acting messy even from a simple like half glass of wine. So don't do the whole shots thing. Listen, I can understand her and her situation, because if I was stuck with this guy, I would also be happy to receive shots. Like, I need to drink something to at least enjoy my time with that guy. But if you're with a guy who's actually worth your time, do not be drinking, because some of you be acting so messy, and simply the look that you're gonna give off is not good.
Do you want to split the bill?
I've actually got no money on me at the moment.
Oh, why?
Well, I didn't think I needed to bring money.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it, man.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it, sure. Do you just expect the man to pay?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's kind of sexist, eh?
I absolutely love that she didn't bring money with her, because she shouldn't, and I absolutely love that he asked her, do you just expect a man to pay? And she's like, yeah. First off, good job for the honesty and not trying to, be all shy about it. And listen, if I looked like that, I also wouldn't be paying. I'm sorry, I honestly, the only way I would ever say a woman should pay for a man is if a man starts shaving his whole body, puts on body lotion, does skincare. On top of that, if he had long hair, went and got it cut, on top of that got it dyed, on top of that went and got his nails done, got his toenails done, and went through his periods and all that crap, just for me, then okay. If he puts on a dress and puts on heels and, you know, kills his feet just for me, I'll pay fully. I will. If he comes to the date with makeup on, all shaved up, smelling all good, I'll pay. Really, this wouldn't even be a discussion. I would pay fully. Really, because I would feel bad. Like, wow, look at you. You're a man. You got makeup on to look good for me. You got your nails done. You got your heels. You're killing your feet for me. I'll pay fully. Why not? But you don't do that. And it's crazy to me. Listen, first off, on this show, I can't really judge because what it seems like is that this is a blind date. This isn't people. Like, they're not choosing each other. But this does happen every day, and men for some reason still go for women who they know are too good for them. They know that those women pay to look good, and if a woman pays to look good, she's gonna expect you to pay. That's just how it is. If you want the 50-50 mindset, you need to go for a feminist. It's very obvious what women are feminists. It's the women who don't pay for all these things. They usually do not pay for nails and makeup and all that crap. They dress very basic, they look very basic, but for some reason men still go for the high maintenance women, and it just does not make sense to me. And then they try to pressure them and, you know, complain to them for not having a 50-50 mindset. When you look at a woman, you already know if you need to pay or not. So don't be coming in there with that.
Maybe we can be friends.
Yeah, sure.
Not even friends?
I don't know. I don't feel like we'll be in the same group circles kind of thing. Like you'll be at clubs partying. I'll be at like with my friends playing board games or something. I don't know.
I can't. I'm dying. I told you. Listen, the shots makes her look like a party girl. And listen, I don't even think she honestly wanted to be friends with him. She was just trying to end it on good terms. She's on TV. She needs to look nice. So she's like, let's just be friends. Even if he said yes, she would have not seen him again. There's no way they would have seen each other again. But I appreciate his honesty as well, where he's like, yeah, you just look like a party girl to me. We're not going to be even in the same circle. I'm playing board games. You're out partying.
I've been called worse, don't worry. I've been called worse. Any little ones? Any kids?
I do. I have sons.
Yeah, how many?
5.
5 kids, wow.
So as you can tell, this is a different date, but I do want you to pay attention on the fact that she told him that she has kids. Listen, I don't care no matter what. Even if a guy starts opening up to you and telling you that he has kids, do not tell them that you have kids. I'm sure that this guy is a great guy, so I'm not saying anything about him, but you never know who you're on a date with. You don't want a man who's like, you never know who the man is. You don't want a guy who's a predator. You don't want him to be, you know, some kind of pedophile. You have to make sure that he comes with good intentions. Because if a guy is actually a pedo and finds out that you're a single mom and you have kids, they know exactly what to do and what to say and how to manipulate you. Because they view single mothers as weak. They know that they want a partner a lot more. So it's not good. You don't want a pedophile to have access to your children. You have to really test these men out. And if, let's pretend, after a few months you start realizing he's a great guy, or maybe it's going to take you a month, I don't know, and he starts getting upset on the fact that you didn't tell him that you have 5 children, you do need to explain to the guy that you're doing it to protect them. There's nothing you can do. You have to protect your children because there's so many cases where women bring in men that shouldn't be around their kids, and then bad things happen. Your job is to protect them if you have them. That's all. Another thing I want to add is that, first off, he looks not happy on the fact that she has 5 kids. Like, he just looks like... Later in the show, he's gonna also talk about his own kids, and I can tell, like, he cannot afford his own kids already. So I think he's also... The fact that she's bringing up her kids, too, is, like, giving him a shock because he can barely afford even the date, which you'll see later on. And another thing that I want to mention is that she has an insanely gorgeous face. Like, her eyes are wow. Her face is so beautiful, and don't get me wrong, she looks extremely beautiful even with the braids, but it's very obvious that she would look a million times better if she had a weave. Really. And I know that people will get offended by it because they're like, oh, you know, braids are beautiful and everything, and I never said they weren't, but it's obvious that she would look better. And even though she has 5 kids, and I'm not sure how old she is, but I'm telling you right now, if she had that weave in, that's it. She will be able to find a guy who has money. Even if she has 5 kids, he will take her in, even if she has 5 kids. She simply has the looks for it. And on top of that, her personality, like the way she talks and everything, she seems really fun. So really, it would just look a lot more classy if she had a weave. There's nothing, it's not like braids are not classy, it's just simply a weave does change your look dramatically. It does make you look better. It's the same thing when you wear glasses and when you don't. When you don't wear glasses, you simply look better. There's certain things that just make people look better. And a weave will definitely make her look even better than what she does now.
Heartbreak, I don't think I've got heart there anymore, it's a rock. Yeah, heartbreak is one word for it. We was round a bit, both had faults, whereas I didn't want it to happen. But yeah, it's hard. It takes some time getting used to it, definitely. Going from a house with kids, partner, car, dog, and then going back to your mum's in the box room, square one again, it does kick in the teeth, to say the least, yeah. I'm not there every day anymore, but I'll try and
You do your part.
make the most of what time I have with them. I'll see him one day.
Now, I obviously didn't add his full story on this video, but if you want to listen to it, again, the link is down below. Basically, he's talking about how hard it is to be a father, a single father, and all his struggles. And do you notice how, as he's talking, it's all quiet and then the sad music starts coming on? I hate when they do that. That's the way to manipulate you to make you feel sad for the person. I hate when they do that. I just can't stand it. It makes me hate the person even more for some reason when they put that on, because it's kind of like, why are you trying to make me sad? Like, if I feel sad, I'm gonna feel sad. Don't put that song on, you know, like the music on in the background. But I really do believe that that music in the background definitely helped the audience to feel 10 times more sad for him, we can say, because in the end, when he wanted to pay half, she did call him cheap. You're gonna see that because I'm gonna put that on this video. But I do believe that the audience kind of got mad at her, and that sad music really helped them to kind of want to be mad at her. You get what I mean? Because he's like talking about his struggles and how hard it is. Listen, being a single mom and having 5 children is also not easy. And I would never let a woman who looks like her pay. I just could not. What are these men doing on the show? Going on the show, you can barely afford to be a dad. And they're not eating a lot. Like, I'm noticing they're sharing like one piece of meat together. You can't even afford to be a dad. What are you doing on the show?
My dad takes him.
Ready for this, yeah?
I'll take it, let's have a look.
Oh, he's trying to be nice.
5 kids, she's got her hands full for a start. And with my 3, that'd be 8. We'd probably need a minibus or a coach to transport all these kids around everywhere. What's in there, mints?
Yeah, of course.
Make sure I've got nice smelling breath for you, yeah?
Yeah, just for me.
I'm going to kiss him after as well.
Yeah, whatever.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. So, guys, is it card, cash?
How do you want to do this?
So, is it going halves, yeah?
Is that all right? Is that all right? Is that bad, is it? I don't know. No? No?
To be honest with you, I do not blame her for making those faces. Like, this guy grabbed the bill so fast, it honestly looked like he was ready to pay. And, like, he grabs the bill and he's like, so, like, is it okay that we pay half? Is that bad? Is that bad? Honey, if you're at a point where you're asking multiple times, you probably know deep down that this girl should not be paying. Even the waiter's looking at her awkwardly, because even the waiter knows that she should not be paying. I'm sorry, like, it's just such an awkward situation. Honestly, this guy doesn't give me any red flags, like, looks-wise. He looks clean. The only red flag I would honestly see on this guy is the fact that he kept complaining about his children and how hard it is to be a single dad. I would honestly just take that as, okay, this guy's probably broke, he's not going to be paying for this date.
5 cash here.
Then that's 45, that leaves you to pay 44.39.
Put 20 in my card, mate, and then let her have some change back.
Yeah.
You got enough?
Of course I have.
She's prepared.
Of course.
There we go.
Just in case I went on a cheap date.
First off, love the fact that she called him cheap and just being straightforward. And the fact that the waiter is like, yeah, she's prepared. Yeah, exactly. Even the waiter is on her side. Listen, she's safe for saying that because she has a cameraman over there and she has a waiter. Don't call men cheap if you're alone. Because some will actually become very aggressive. They become very violent simply from you not wanting to pay half, or for you calling them names for being cheap or broke. Then they start yelling at you like, what about equality? And all that stuff. So really, like, if a guy just asks you to pay 50-50 because you don't know what he's capable of, just pay the 50% and just go. You know what I mean? Unless you got cameras and stuff, then, you know, just you can refuse it like the other women. I'll tell you what, those women, like, the thing is that it just surprises me that men go for women that look really good and look like they're out of their league, and then on top of that ask them to pay. If you want a girl with 50-50 mentality, which you should go for since that's the mentality you have, go for a feminist. It's very obvious and very easy to tell which woman is a feminist and which one isn't. It just is. Men have eyes. They know which woman they'll need to pay for and which woman they won't have to pay for. Believe me, every single man has this in their head. When they look at a woman, they know, if I want to be with this woman, I will need to pay. Sometimes they also look at other women and they say, no, you know what, this woman, I can go 50-50 because I know she will accept it. Look at her. They know based off your looks what you're worth. And of course, for every guy, it's going to be different. For some guys, you're going to be somebody who's worth only 50%. For some guys, you'll be worth 100%. That's just how the world works. And I'll tell you what, from these women, the first woman, she kind of looks like a 50-50 girl to me. And she did also talk about the fact that she does pay 50-50 and she had no problem with it. But the last two girls did not look at all like 50-50 women. You can just tell by their looks. Of course, it's not their fault that this whole situation happened because I'm assuming that this whole show isn't planned out. You don't choose who your partner is. I'm assuming they ask you about your personality and then they try to find somebody who matches your personality. But honestly, I'm assuming, like, it's just how it is. And even in real life, men still go for women who are out of their league and then they put them down and try to get angry with them that they don't have the same mentality. It's like, honey, look at her. You can tell that she costs. You can just tell. So simply go for a woman who's basic. Go for a woman who doesn't do all this work on her. Who doesn't look as good. They will always be the cheap ones. They will always be the easy ones. You're like, I just... really, I'm telling you, I've seen women who are so fine. And I remember being a waitress long years ago. And there's some women that I found, and this wasn't like it didn't happen often, but I think it happened maybe 2-3 times where women would walk in, they're so fine, and the man has the nerve to ask to pay 50-50. And you can tell by their faces that they were not in it. You know, like, it's just insane. Some guys will really go for women who are out of their league and just play with their chances, like, just see what happens. It's insane to me. It's so embarrassing, especially for the guy. Like, what do you expect? Of course she's gonna give you faces. Of course the waiter is gonna give you faces. Of course the waitress is gonna give you faces. It was hard for me not to even give people faces. Even sometimes I honestly, like, I don't know. I'll just tell you what. If a girl shows up with pajamas, that's the only time I wouldn't give a face. If a girl looks like a feminist, that's the only time I wouldn't give a face. And usually feminists, they look more manly. They're women who do not take care of themselves. They do not look girly. They do not... Like, you can tell that she's a type who should be paying 50-50. I'm sorry for saying this, but... You know, only for those women I was not giving faces. I actually understood when the guy said we're doing 50-50. But some women are just too good looking that they should not be paying. And I'm sorry, that's just how it is. If men started wearing makeup and doing all these things that women do, I would change my mind and I would say, you know what, women should pay for men. I don't know. But men don't do none of that. It is what it is. Anyways, that's about it for today. If there's anything else that you want me to add on, fix, talk about, definitely let me know. Thank you all for listening. And yeah, love you all.